Hey boys, welcome back to some more Dragons 2020 career mode, and as you can see, we're going nicely. I mean, it's always a little bit deceiving on the game. It always feels like the top 8, usually like the top team or the top 2 teams sort of get out to a decent lead, but then the next 6, 7, 8 teams, they're all very, very close. Like like 1 or 2 games separates them either way. So we are third on the ladder at the minute, but a loss here or a couple of losses, couple of wins, and it could change very, very quickly. But we are taking on the Tigers, who, I mean, you know, it's hard to really say. I mean, Dragons and Tigers, they probably not the greatest 2 teams, but the Tigers on their day, I think are a better team at the minute than the Dragons. You know, probably led by the youngster in Harry Grant, and it is, dude, I do find it funny as that one is going to be out on the full. So great start. That's exactly what we needed in this one. But I find it funny how Benji Marshall is sort of, you know, he was unwanted by the Tigers, and you know he's in limbo at the minute. He probably, you know, I would assume he'd get a year contract somewhere for pretty cheap. I think he'd do a good job, but I thought Benji was pretty darn good for the Tigers this year. I think Luke Brooks, who was on like substantially more money, just, you know, he's never really improved, I feel. And Benji, pretty much without Benji or Harry Grant in that Tigers team this year, the Tigers would have scored like 0 points. They were awful. And Benji, I mean, you know, Benji had a couple of shockers for sure, but I feel like, you know, he was sort of the scapegoat for the Tigers to an extent, and Luke Brooks just sort of, he never really got talked about. And I guess it's a tough one for the Tigers, because he, out of the big, who is this? Alex Twal. Terrible play in this first quarter of the game. We just have gifted the Tigers possession, and they finally made us pay. Just, yeah, shocking performance thus far. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was gonna say so the big 4 years ago with I still laugh thinking about it, but Aaron Woods, I mean that in itself was a joke that Aaron Woods was part of the big 4, but Aaron Woods, James Tedesco, Luke Brooks, and Mitchell Moses, right? They were the big 4, and Luke Brooks is the only one standing from that. So I feel like the Tigers probably, you know, they're probably just riding it out. Like, it's tough to sort of accept that as a bit of a failure and just try to move him on or sign another halfback, because they're just trying to, I don't know, just trying to see if Luke Brooks can grow into the halfback I guess they would want him to be. And I mean, you know, it's probably a little harsh. I feel like at times he has been solid. And the Tigers forward pack probably, you know, needs a bit of a rev up as well. But I actually feel like the Tigers pack haven't been that bad. Like, I feel like a really good halfback could steer that Tigers team around decently. Defensively, still a weakness, but yeah. But enough about that. There's plenty else to talk about. We could talk about a team for a long time, honestly, and the Tigers are an interesting club for sure. But we got a game to win here, and Matt Duffy gets the pass, but it gets a little knock. Well, he takes a knock before he passed it, and it's gonna sneak forward. Blake Laurie, not the man you want to be backing up. I mean, it's good to see the big boy there, but he wasn't gonna race away and score. But not what we needed. It would have been a really good booster just before half time, but the Tigers are going to get a chance on the stroke here. Who is this? Matt Eisenhuth gets very close. Who did he sign to? Eisenhuth. I can't remember. I know he signed to a club. I cannot think who he signed for, but it looks like, yeah, they're going to go in with a 6-0 lead. Probably, I mean, very fair. They probably deserve to be a few tries up, because we played just abysmal in that first half, as the Tigers here get it wrong going down the blind side. So just back from the break, we're going to get a decent chance to post some points. Usually off the scrum it's dangerous, but defended well on that occasion. We just haven't, I don't know, like I said at the start, like, we're in 3rd spot, but that's why I sort of brought up that a couple of losses or a loss here, and we probably could go down to like 6th, 7th, and that's sort of the thing. Like, I feel like our consistency hasn't been good. I think as a team, like, honestly, I actually thought coming into this career that I thought the Dragons on paper would be a pretty good team to play as, but honestly, the more this career is going on, I'm like, yeah, this Dragons team really isn't that good. I'm like, this Dragons team, dude, I'm like, without Dufty making breaks or Lomax on the edge, I'm like, there's not really much doing, in all honesty. But, you know, Ben Hunt as well is dangerous at times. There's a nice little ball there. Corbin Sims gets it through. But, you know, their forward pack as well is strong, but I think it's actually a very overrated forward pack. I mean, they got Origin players. They've got ex-Origin players like Paul Vaughan. I mean, Paul Vaughan, Frizzell, Tariq Sims. it's a strong pack, dude. But, yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't seem to really... I don't know, just lately it's been pretty lackluster, and this game, we haven't played well this game for sure, and it looks like we could pull the miracle out. It looks like Dufty's actually picked up an injury, which is not what we want to see. We're going to keep him out there for the last 5 minutes because, honestly, I can't be bothered trying to shuffle the whole team around to fill the fullback spots, so we'll just hope that it's not going to affect... future weeks. Hopefully it's just a minor twinge. Just trying to run it out, but this is gonna dent our chances to make a comeback in this game as Adam Clune here gets it off. We're trying to run on the last play here. We got to do something. Tyson Frizzell, I had to get the pass away, couldn't, and I mean that's pretty much all she wrote. We had a couple of chances, but honestly it's been a slugfest. I mean, even the Tigers haven't really posed much threat. Honestly, a pretty boring game. I can't say too much else about that one. So, hopefully, guys are enjoying the series. Make sure to like and comment, and I'll see you in the next one.